Hey guys, I listen to a lot of podcasts and I've noticed something about when women talk to women. They make these noises like or showing that they're listening and understanding what's being said. Men don't do that. I mean, if you say to your buddy, you know what I mean, man? He might say, oh, yeah, bro, fuck yeah. That's about as close as we get. And I was wondering how much better our communication would be, how much less alone men might feel if we had a more active listening style. So I thought we would try that today. I brought my buddy Carl along, and he's going to play the role of the affirmative listener. Right, Carl? Oh yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah. Remember what we said, Carl? It's audible, but not verbal. Oh yeah. Thanks, man. So I don't know if this is going to have any entertainment value or not. So I'm going to let the cat do the heavy lifting in this episode, all right? As usual. I do listen to a lot of podcasts, you guys. I listen to really silly people talk about really stupid stuff, and I do that because it's funny, but also because it makes me feel good about myself, you know? It makes me feel smart by comparison. It makes my ego grow. I also like to listen to brilliant people talking about really intellectual things that I don't really understand, but just the fact that I'm listening to it makes me feel smart, good about myself. It makes my ego grow. And I know, my ego is a weird mechanism. It only grows. It never gives anything up. In that way, it's kind of like our national debt, you know? It's kind of like the holdings of the Walt Disney Company. It's kind of like my waistband in many ways. And I'm not saying that I'm fat. I'm just saying that I find myself much more often these days saying things like, I'm not saying that I'm fat. But I do love listening to podcasts. It makes me happy. I mean, isn't that the whole point of things? Happiness, right? Not that anybody can agree what happiness is or even how to get it. I mean, but there's an endless number of people out there willing to sell you the secret of happiness. Hey, bring your tithes and offerings every week and you'll have happiness. You know, you want happiness? Don't forget to pay your monthly dues. Every quarter, you put down a chunk of your future in tuition so that you can learn the secret of being happy. If you pay your annual membership fee and show up at the gym for 90 minutes every morning, you'll have all the happiness that can be had from being the only person at your $50,000 a year job with the same physical traits as an action star who makes $10 million a picture. What I've noticed about happiness is apparently the people that have the secret of it cannot give it away. They can only sell it. Everybody has different ideas about how you can achieve happiness. A popular theory out there is that you work 60 hours a week at your minimum wage job until you become the CEO and then you'll be happy. Bullshit. So wealth is a real popular shortcut in a lot of people's opinions. But if that's true, then how come Lana Del Rey and Adele and Billie Eilish and Lady Gaga, who between them own like 3/5 of $1 billion, how come most of their songs are some variation of my favorite breakfast is making toast in the bathtub? I don't know what the answers are. I have no idea. I mean, it seems like it should be something like spend more and better time with the people that love you, right? But or maybe it's just, what is it that you're the happiest doing? Do more of that. What do you love doing? What have I been the happiest doing? Huh. Man, I love those little cars. I was into electric cars long before Prius or Teslas were even being considered, right? Those coin-operated things made me feel like a superhero, right? And that's all any little boy wants, is to be a superhero. A lot of us men kind of lean towards that immature impulse as well, you know? But like, which superhero would I be if I could be anyone? What would be the best superpower to have, you know? And recently I realized which superhero I'm the most like, okay? Not which one I want to be, which one I am the most like. Poison Ivy in the DC universe. And the geeks out there are thinking, Travis, Poison Ivy wasn't even a superhero, she was a villain. And I'm like, I know. But also, she liked plants and trees more than she liked most people. Me too. Not you guys are the exception. I mean those assholes out there, the other people. Also, she could make the trees and the plants emit these toxic fumes and gases that would just destroy her enemies or drive them away, right? And if you give me raw broccoli or Brussels sprouts and hang around for about 45 minutes to an hour, samesies, right? Not to mention, I don't know if she ever actually dated Bruce Wayne or Batman, but like, I feel like, you know, I too have felt like I've been fucked by billionaires, right? Mm-hmm. To work hard over the past 4 years, and it's because of their support that I was able to stay focused and achieve my goals, or you know, their goals, whatever. I tell my students that if they are on a team and a teammate says to them, "You killed it today," all right, one more joke and then I'll get out of here. I've noticed that a lot of people are seeking out alternative forms of spirituality lately. I don't know what's going wrong with the old systems that have been in place for so long, but people are seeking out a new, purer form of spirituality. And I've noticed this tremendous increase in people who believe in reincarnation, you know, repeating lives and so forth. And it's been getting really way more popular than ever. For example, you guys out there, raise your hands if you believe that you have lived another life before this one. Exactly. See, way more people than when I asked you in 1842. Way more. All right, thanks for hanging out, you guys. I'll see you next lifetime or in a future episode of Travis Laughs. And Carl, thank you so much for being here and helping me out today. Mm-hmm. In the bathtub. All right. I'm cracking myself up now. The point of the hands is you can't move, Travis. Travis, you can't be Poison Ivy. That's a woman. Yeah. And she would telepathically communicate with the tree and it would send out poison and kill her enemies. You really feel like the fallopian tubes are the part that's going to stop me? That's where I'm going to come up short? Speaking of fallopian tubes, if that billionaire ever did knock her up and she didn't want the pregnancy, she's like the ultimate botanist. She knows all about bloodwort and silphium and blue cohosh and giant boat lip orchids, all of the abortifacients. And if you don't know what an abortifacient is, you'll learn, America. You'll learn. It's plants that stop a pregnancy. Can you imagine? For 100 years in this country, it was illegal to have marijuana because it made life slightly less sucky. And now in liberal states, you're going to walk into a restaurant and they're going to say, have you tried our signature blue cohosh salad? Guaranteed to leave you less full than when you came in. I love that that joke's going to be illegal in a few years. I mean, look, if we allow for the conceit that the human creature is the only way for the universe to see itself, to know itself, to understand itself, then the entire question, what is my purpose, what am I supposed to do, becomes willful ignorance. All we have to do is look and see what's around us. Hang on. Ah, geez. It's my idiot friend Travis. He's probably going to ask me to play a moron in one of his videos or something. The guy hasn't even thanked his wife for all the cat videos. I mean, what the hell? Can I borrow these? And do you have any electric tape?